welcome back to another reading. And if you guys are new here, hi, my name is Astra. I am an intuitive tarot reader and I do tarot readings here on my channel. Today I am back with another reading for Afra and Mert. A lot of you guys have been requesting an update for the two of them, so here is the update for the two of them today. So a lot of you guys have been asking me how are things between the two of them. So let's see first with Afra. What is Afra's current energy towards Mert? Let's see, what is Afra's current energy towards Mert at the moment? How are things between Afra and Mert? And specifically, what is Afra's current energy towards Mert? Alright, you guys, so when it comes to Afra, you guys, she really cares about the bond between her and Mert. Like, she does feel like this magnetic attraction, magnetic energy and magnetic bond between Mert. Okay, it's not about, you know, attraction, just attraction. It's just that she really feels like Mert represents something meaningful, and he is definitely someone who he loves so much, and you know, she has gotten used to for so long. And so, you know, it's not that easy to just end a connection just like that for her, even though in the other readings that I did, you know, she really tries to be practical. Like, Afra is someone that tries to be practical. She tries to let her mind take over instead of her heart. And so there's a big part of her that just tried to say that things are over between us, let me move on, all of that. But there's a big sense of Afra just feeling that it's hard to let go. But at the same time, you know, like that pull between her heart wanting something and her mind trying to say, no, you shouldn't do that, okay? So I feel like that's how things are between Afra and Mert right now. Honestly, there is a sense of wanting to balance things out, wanting to talk things out and see how things go. So I do see that things are not fully broken between them at the moment. There is still some sort of communication, some sort of talking things through. Things are not confirmed where they are fully reconciled and they're fully back together. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there is potential for balance, there is a potential for things to start a new beginning, but it's still in the process. And Afra is happy with this opportunity, but she doesn't fully honestly feel like she's making the right decision. There's like this sense of her that is like, I don't know if I should be fully trustworthy of, you know, this working out, and before I get into anything serious, I really want to make sure this works out. So I feel like even when it comes to maybe the public eye or the public knowledge, she definitely is not gonna show anything that there is communication between her and Mert unless she is fully confirmed that things are stable between her and Mert before moving forward. Because, you know, right now it's in the process, but it's not confirmed that, you know, they both are fully gonna get back together and all of that. It's still in the process. It's like she's really testing and evaluating how things are gonna move forward between her and Mert, okay? So right now, she's not like, we are fully back together. She just is in the process. I'm gonna test him. I'm gonna see if this works out. I want this to move forward. I want this new beginning, but I still am not fully able to be restful and optimistic about this fully, because there's a part of me that's like, what if this goes wrong, okay? So she's definitely not gonna confirm anything about her and Mert or all of that, because she herself is not sure about this. So she's not gonna confirm anything. Again, I don't know what goes on social media, but she definitely has this in her that I am not going to confirm anything to the world when I myself am not sure about this connection, okay? So to her, things are not really confirmed, but there is a sense of her that at the same time feels excited and happy that there can be balance between the two of them, okay? Next let's see any more information that Afra feels towards Mert. Anything else? Yeah, you guys, she really does have a lot of love for Mert. There's definitely a lot of love and mutual feelings between the two of them. And right now, it does look like they both are seeking balance. They're trying to figure things out. But at the same time, like I said, Afra doesn't feel like she fully can trust Mert just yet. So she's really evaluating things. They both are getting clarity regarding each other at the moment, but at the same time, Afra is sort of protecting herself and weighing things out because she's just not considering a limited relationship. Afra is considering a long-term stability. So if she wants to get with something in Merit right now, she doesn't want to just get together for 1 month or two and just break up. No, she wants this to continue long term. So for that to happen, she wants to make sure before everything happens that things are okay. She doesn't want to get into something and just break up and get back together, break up and get back together. She doesn't want that. She wants stability. She wants things to be good from now on. She is looking for happiness, but she doesn't want that to come in full term. She doesn't want that to come in just parts, if that makes sense. Okay. I feel like even sometimes there can be certain scenarios or certain things that she imagines of how things could go. So she's really like looking at all the possibilities, and so she's being really careful. Okay. Now let's get into minutes. What is Merit's current energy towards Afra? What is Merit's current energy towards Afra? What does Merit feel towards Afra? Alright guys, so when it comes to Merit, if it was up to him, he really would move things fast, so quick. Like he does have this forward energy, he does have this strong moving energy of wanting to be with Afra. He does have this excitement when it comes to her. I feel like also maybe when people mention her name or mention her, he just has a smile on his face and feels positivity because Afra has that effect on him. And he really is drawn to her as a person. He just, he has been connected for her. He has built memories with her, and so for him, he cannot just let that go down the drain. And so for him, it's important to continue this connection going, and he really hopes and is manifesting that. Okay. Even though he is excited, there's also a sense of him of, being aware that Afra doesn't really trust him in a sense. So there's this feeling that I also need to be patient with her. I need to, be trusting the process and, being there. Okay. So in a sense, sometimes it can be burdening for him because he does have to approach this connection with patience and thoughtfulness. But he is willing to invest his time and energy into this as long as maybe things can work out. Because if you guys don't know, I just did a Q&A, and one of my members did ask about Afra and Merit, and in one of the questions I did mention that Merit does see Afra as his number one. Like if there's other options or other women, he does see Afra as his number one. Like if he has to choose, he wants Afra out of everyone. So for him, he is okay to leave everything behind for Afra. But sometimes, like I said, maybe certain things make Merit feel down, and he does things out of impulse. Okay. But for the most part, he does want Afra as his number one. And so if he's able to get that, he definitely is willing to invest his time and energy when it comes to Afra. Okay. Afra though is definitely more practical. She tries her best to not let her emotions take over. Okay. And so Merit definitely does have like this caring and protective energy towards her. And so he definitely is attentive to her needs and what she wants, okay? So, I feel like definitely they're in the process of talking things and working things through. Lastly, I'm just gonna get what he feels, anything else, and then some oracles. What is Merit's current energy towards Afra? Anything else? Anything else? Yeah, guys, so when it comes to them, definitely there has been a lot of tower moments, a lot of moments where things ended up disrupting and maybe they broke things off and all of that. And so I feel like Merit really tried to be practical as well. There's times where he felt like, okay, this time it's over and I need to pull myself together and not be the one that always goes back and always, you know, really wants to get back together. Like he wanted things to be mutual. And so right now that things are sort of mutual, and he's really manifesting things to work out this time around because he really values Afra. He does see her as a treasure, and so that's why he's really working on the bond between them right now and putting in the effort. He's really hoping for new beginnings, but at the same time, you guys, I do see that there can be conflict and chaos still that happens between the two of them. Definitely there's potential, but like I said, I feel like it's gonna be a process, especially since there has been a lot of moments where one of them just felt hurt by the other, and there's times where they felt disappointed by the other. And so for them to put back together the pieces, it is gonna be a bit difficult to fully get on the same page. So I feel like sometimes there can be conflicts, there can be destructions. And I feel like, you guys, sometimes when those things happen, Merit can get disappointed, and maybe sometimes he can act on impulse of like, oh, I'm gonna, if this is not gonna work out, I'm gonna see a certain direction or stuff like that. So, that's why, like, I feel like he's really hoping for the best because he does see Afra as his number one, and he doesn't really see long term with anybody else, and that's why he is really hoping this all works out, okay? But if something goes wrong, sometimes he can act in impulse and do things that can make Afra feel upset, which sometimes causes them to restart and maybe disrupt the trust as well. Okay, guys, but that is what I'm picking for Afra and Mert. I'm just gonna get some oracles, one last thing. How are both Afra and Mert feeling right now? How are both Afra and Mert feeling right now? Both Afra and Mert feeling regarding their bond? Gossip. I am afraid of what other people will think. Yes, like I said, you guys, I feel like there is also a sense of maybe public perception. Like I told you guys, I feel like Afra, she definitely isn't gonna say anything about the two of them right now being in contact unless she is fully sure about how things are. So there is a sense of gossip of what people will think, what will people think about our bond or people's perception, or so there is definitely these involvement of maybe outside voices and them fearing what people think. I feel like honestly it can be more of Afra. I feel like Merit, he also sometimes can care, but when it comes to the two of them, I feel like he would be happy if they can share with the world that, they are back together or they're in communication. But Afra is more careful from that part, that I don't want the people to know unless things are confirmed between the two of us. Like, what will people say if we just get back together and break up again, to get back together and break up again? It's not gonna work out. So I won't confirm anything until things are fully okay between the two of us, okay? Now for Afra, what is Afra's message towards Mert? What is Afra's message towards Mert? Chaser, I don't want to chase anymore, soul contract, and conversation. Yes, you guys, so like I told you guys, both are having conversations right now. They are talking, and you know, Afra honestly feels happy with these conversations. It makes her feel happy that, you know, there is some sort of communication. They are working things out, even though for the most part she does try to be practical and, you know, be careful not to get too invested. And because of that, she feels that she has learned a lot of lessons that will never be forgotten between the two of them. So that's why she's careful, because there's a lot of lessons that she learned. And she, because of those experiences, she wants to move carefully from now on. And when it comes to chasing, she doesn't really want to chase anymore. Like I told you guys in some of my readings, she doesn't want to be the one to approach first. She doesn't really want to chase. Like, she wants, in a sense, for things to happen naturally. And, you know, sometimes she does find it hard to show her emotions, okay? So sometimes there can be also like maybe a sense of, oh, I don't want to chase, or I don't want to show that I'm fully interested. I'm just gonna see how things go. So I think there is that sense from Afra, okay? Now for Mert. What does Mert's message for Afra? What is Mert's message towards Afra? Okay, this popped out. Forgiveness. I am struggling to get over the past. Okay, nice. One more. Habits. Okay, you guys. So for a minute, he does feel that he sometimes is struggling to get over the past. You know, there is sometimes where he feels like he does have to get forgiveness from Afra, and there's also things that happened between him and Afra that sometimes he feels like it's hard to get over, and he does understand that from Afra's point of view. But for him, you know, he also, you know, forgives in a sense but doesn't forget, okay? So, you know, he does give forgiveness for things in the past, but he also doesn't forget. But sometimes he feels like Afra can hold on things more than him, and so sometimes that can be a struggle. And with reunion, we will always come back to each other. Like I said, you guys, he always wants to come back to Afra. Like, for him, Afra is his number one. And so he definitely has always been hopeful for a union for the two of them whenever something happens. But at the same time, here with habits, he does feels like there is a certain pattern when it comes to their bond. Like, there can be an on and off, or there can be things that are the past that are happening right now. So there are certain things that he's like, I don't know if we're ever gonna change. Like, are we gonna still keep in the same cycle? Are we still gonna keep going on and on? I don't really know if that all is ever gonna change, but I just know I always want to come back to each other. I always want to be with the other. So I feel like sometimes he tells Afra that we have certain habits. I don't know if those are gonna change, but you know, there's no doubt that we always feel pulled to each other. We always want to connect with each other. I just heard him say that, so I don't know if that makes sense, but yes, that's what I'm picking for Afra and Mert, you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading, or at least got clarity. It was a bit deep, but I feel like at least there is some sort of progress happening. They're talking, they're figuring things out. But yes, you guys, that's what I'm picking right now for Afra and Mert. If you guys like this reading, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also, if you guys have any specific questions regarding Afra and Mert, I do have this membership where you guys can ask questions about Afra and Mert or any of your favorites in the monthly Q&A. But other than that, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!